Hello everyone and welcome to the Refresh Step, where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore. And I'm with the hottest battle in the UK and the admin of the Battle Spirits English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki. So yeah, Ayumu, how are you doing today? No, don't answer that yet, because you just dragged me into this room. Let me out! Let me out!
You're not going out until we're done with this.
Okay, so we are going to record like 8 episodes today and throw it all to my editor, and then we'll have like 2 months holiday finally. Yay! No, I'm just kidding.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to expect you to come here now that you have dragged me to this room. I expect you to come here first thing in the morning next week.
It's not even gonna be morning for any of us.
Exactly. I mean like it also like when I release the podcast is basically depends on when my PC finally decided to, okay, now I'm going to be the hero. I'm going to render twice as fast. So yeah, that depends on your computer, Kun. So I will be counting on you next week as well. Yeah.
We'll see.
And then yeah, like my diva singles just came. I mean like they come in the mail. It's not the other come. But anyway, I think yours has to, right? Since we get them from the same people. The time has come and so have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I got them this morning and I was forced to only get like 4 hours of sleep. Cause like 2 days, like literally my whole day schedule was ruined just because 2 days ago my workplace suddenly told me, hey, we're gonna have a party the next day, and basically yesterday night. And then I was like, yeah, I don't really want to join, and then they're like, we have crabs and lobsters. It's like, you got me.
Offering
yes,
crabs and lobsters to a Chinese.
Yeah, so there I was yesterday at 10 p.m. crabs and lobsters, and then the others were motherfucking drunk. I mean, I got to show off a little bit. They were having karaoke, even though the machine was a lot outdated. Like I got a lot of songs I want to take, but it's not downloaded, and they couldn't download it, so sad. But anyway, like I still know a little bit of songs, and then they were like, "Come on, sing one now, sing one." And I was like, "Okay, sure, I'll pick one." And then I just dropped a sick beat, and they all went quiet. Ha!
You got this. You got this.
I got it.
Nice.
But yeah, we well, not me, but them. They were all high and stuff until like 2 a.m. in the morning or something like that. And I got back home at 3 a.m., took a shower, and I had to leave my hair dry. So I went to bed like just before 5 a.m. And this morning I had to wake up at like 10 because my diva stuff was arriving at like 11 or something.
Yay.
And then the best, yeah, they actually did. But like the best part is that like they gave, obviously each has a tracking device. So I was tracking it, and then like I saw the icon move to my exact address, but like it says like 1 stop away. So I was like, well, what's going on? So I walk out, open the door, and then there's the guy just walking towards me, and it's like perfect timing.
Oh, exactly. That's the nicest feeling. I think mine came at like 1 p.m. It's like I was cooking something. It's like I almost burned like the. Okay, let me show you the thing that I accidentally made for lunch.
Oh no! What do you make? Oh no!
I was thinking of making like just a normal noodle with oil, like then the normal food when you are just you just woke up and then you are too tired, and then you don't really care as long as you can get sustenance inside your body.
What
And then
Uh,
I kept on adding ingredients like, okay, so I mean like at least in my mind I wanted like, okay, I wanted some scrambled egg, I wanted to use my leftover chicken, I wanted to have some salad as well, and then I wanted to have some mushrooms, and then I put all the chicken and mushrooms inside. It's like, yeah, at this point I can just add flour and then make this into frittata, right? So this is basically why accidentally created okonomiyaki kind of thing. Don't have
not gonna
a
lie, that looks good.
yeah. I think minus the nori and the other things. Like I don't even have a barbecue sauce because I don't usually partake in barbecue things.
Nah, you don't need barbecue sauce. Whatever on top of that is already enough.
Yeah.
Is that tartar sauce or something else?
I'm not sure what it's called in other other country. The Germans call it remoulade. So I
don't know what that means. I suck at cooking, so
yeah. Probably it's tartar sauce. It's like it's basically just mayo with some herbs in it. So it's healthier and it has herbs in it.
okay, that makes sense then.
It's still mayonnaise. The herb will not change anything. And instead of nori, I just put some oregano. It's the same as then. It's just green.
It's just green. You might as well just go out to your gardens, just whip up some grass.
Exactly. Like yeah. Speaking of garden, I think I remembered like because especially since I live in Indonesia, right? So basically, lots of people are just having this newfound wealth and they are building like the nicest garden they could have with their limited space. And then now, like, not now, but basically the other day I either read an article or saw a video on YouTube. It's like this guy is advocating like natural garden. So basically, okay, so you have your we all considered this plants to be like invasive or basically like they are hurting our plants, but basically there are plants that are native to this land anyway, right? So basically we are the one who are invading these plants by taking them out and then planting the plants that are not supposed to be there. So that is like now that you mention it, it's kind of like made sense. But yeah, who would want to who would want to have like just a normal grass in their house, right? You want the nicest grass that they can have, I guess.
I don't know. I don't have a garden.
Oh, right. I'm asking I'm asking person of the wrong with the wrong hometown. I think
Exactly.
I think if you can have a garden in Hong Kong, you will be really rich, right? Like probably you wouldn't be in this podcast. You will be
yeah. I mean, even in the UK, it's pretty hard to get even like a grass patch. I think at least not in my area. I would say probably. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not trying to buy a house right now, so I will never know.
Oh well, but maybe if you buy like the new ones that are meant for. I can't say broke people. It's like if you're broke, I don't think you can buy a house. But they're basically for like middle class that, yeah, you have some sort of disposable income, but not too much. But yeah, basically you can spare like maybe 500 to 1,000 bucks a month, and probably you can buy this house. Don't think it's that cheap though. But anyway, I think the newer houses in Germany, at least, they have like a small grass patch. I think my sister has like a pretty sizable one. I know it's not that big, but you can probably still play like a half. Maybe it's too optimistic, but probably you can play badminton. It's just the shuttlecock will just fly into your neighbor's house pretty much instantly. That's the least part of playing least fun part of playing badminton. Having the shuttlecock.
Yeah, badminton is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get used to badminton though because I play tennis more. Because with badminton you're supposed to use your wrist, but like with tennis you're using your whole arm. So like it's like a different area of exerting strength. So I can't play badminton. I like playing badminton, but I suck at it because I play too much tennis.
I see. I mean, I'm not good at badminton, but it's like the only sport that I can remotely say I have some sort of skill in. Like, I'm really bad at sports, right? But it's like the only sport that I probably can say I can play badminton to some extent. Although I think during my final sports exam for high school, like we have this practical exam.
Then
one of the sports practical exam. So one of them is a badminton tournament, and I got so my opponent was my friend who are like he plays badminton as serious as we play Battle Spirits basically. Like he's on a casual level, but he actually invested time in actually making himself better, kind of thing. Like it's kind of on our level, right? So we don't we are not like super good, but at least we invested some time into having some level of this decent skill. So he is like he's the guy who so his pastime is basically playing badminton. He's also like, if we watches YouTube, then he's probably watching badminton content as well. Cannot confirm this. At that time, YouTube is not popular, so I don't know what he's watching. But yeah, anyway. So my opponent is this guy, and then it's like, I think the only time I scored is when he made mistakes, because in badminton, I think tennis is similar, right? So basically, if you make a mistake, then your opponent gets a point. Then I think all the point that I scored from him, like 2 or 3, it's basically from him making mistakes. Yeah. But yeah, basically after that, my company has like a policy, like at some point they have like a policy that lasted for like 2 to 3 months until everyone gives up. So basically they wanted us to move a little bit more, since lots of our job is just desk work. So it's kind of like, it's the unhealthiest job on earth, right? So it's like you barely move at all. Not just the programmer, because everyone is just it's an online business, right? So even the customer service, they are just there sitting down for 8 hours and then go home. So yeah, they kind of wanted us to move more. Then my boss found out that behind the office there's this community ran badminton court, and then they kind of negotiated with the owner, and then so we can use this like for 1 hour.
That's pretty nice.
And yeah, that was nice. But until the third day, and then fuck, this is tiring, and then everybody just, I'll make any excuse I like I will work so that I can have excuse to not play badminton today. It's like usually the other way around, right? I will play badminton so I don't have to work. It's like, no, I will work so I don't have to play badminton today. And then everybody did that. Like 1% did that, 2% did that, everybody did that, and then we never played badminton ever again.
That's the move.
Yeah.
Imagine you rather work than moving.
I know, right? These nerds.
Humans
This
are doomed.
20-something nerds. 20-something
It
of
reminds
nerds.
me of War-E.
I know, right? My voice never disappoint. That's why I love working there. It's just circumstances. I accidentally applied for a master's degree and I got accepted. I have no choice but to go to Germany and actually do it. Yeah.
Okay.
And also it's Indonesia. In Indonesia, it's kind of like also really popular because it's the only. Yeah, I mean, like, at least until the recent times, I think we started to have more sports that we are good in. But like before that, it's like basically the sports that we really excel at. Like usually the top badminton players will be from Indonesia, Malaysia, and China. Like the People's Republic of China. And then so basically like because of that, like Indonesia is like we are really invested in badminton. Like badminton is basically our soccer. Although I don't really watch them, but it's like but it's like Indonesian soccer, I sleep. Indonesian badminton, whoa, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we see a lot of people playing badminton over here in the UK.
Mm-mm.
I mean, up to high school, I actually never seen anyone play badminton.
Mm-mm.
But I suppose also partly because I don't go to sports center.
Mm. I think that is the biggest problem.
Yes,
Yeah, I went
and
like
also I can't find anyone to play with.
yeah,
Sad life.
true. And then like yeah, technically you can just use a tennis court, but it's like not. I mean like not every community like if you go like to the community space, like rarely they would have even something for badminton, right? Surprisingly though.
I mean, they probably do. Just that,
Mm.
like they didn't move the net out and everything.
Mm. Yeah, fair enough. And like the only surprising thing that I found is like there's a park near the immigration office of my city. Then they actually have like a permanent. It's kind of like it's they have like a metal net permanent ping pong table randomly in the park. It's like they have two of them.
Oh yeah, no, we have that a lot also. So like, just like random
Uh-uh.
table tennis
Yeah.
tables
Table
on the
tennis. Oh
street,
yeah.
and
Oh
then
yeah.
uh, and then like people wouldn't be able to play them anyway because the ball is lost.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, table tennis is something that I can wrap my head around. It's harder than
Mhm.
any. I mean, like, I can't play any sports. Like, whenever I play football, I always kick the ball like to somewhere else, like not the goal. And then when I play basketball, I always drop the ball when I dribble, and I can for my life shoot into the ring.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not very good at football mainly
Mm-mm.
because if I do play football, I'm a defender, but most of
Mm-mm.
the time I'm actually the goalkeeper.
Ah.
So I actually rarely done any kicking or like just training that kind of sort.
Mm-mm.
But like basketball, yeah, I can play basketball. Just need to work on
Uh-uh.
my stamina.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my little brother is it's like actually in the no, not basketball, table tennis team for the
Mm-mm.
university.
Mm-mm.
And then we just like met up like a week or two ago,
Mm-mm.
and then we were playing table tennis, and I could see that he was just being so casual of me because if
Mm-mm.
he goes serious, I wouldn't be able to play at all.
Oh no.
And like the kind of serious, like I like imagine like I start the game and it just like smash done.
Done. Oh no. Can you play bowling actually?
Bowling.
Bowling, yeah.
Yeah, I can. I love it.
Hmm.
I can do strikes pretty easily.
Ooh,
It's not that hard,
I see.
really. Yes. We need
I
to play some bowling
mm,
when we have a chance. It's
yeah,
been a while.
exactly. I am confident if it's Wii bowling.
Nice.
Yeah, because I try to yeah we not I actively try to. I mean like once our company event like we have like the once in a month company outing or something, right?
Mhm.
Uh and then at that one for that 1 month we went to this bowling place, and then it's
Okay.
like yeah, controlling the bowling ball is harder than I thought. It's not as easy as they led me to believe in the Wii bowling.
Yeah, it's not that easy. It's really not. Like
Uh,
first of all, you have to like really like find your right weight
mm-mm,
of, of the ball.
mm-mm,
For me, let me think. Yes, the lowest number is 6, which is
mm-mm,
like the lightest one.
mm-mm,
I right now I usually use around 8 or 9.
mm-mm,
I can still use 10, but like
mm-mm.
it'll be getting a little bit too heavy. So probably like around 9 is the size that I use.
Mm-mm,
And then yeah, you also got the feet position,
mm-mm,
how you swing out your hand and everything like that. It's actually
mm-mm,
harder than it looks.
mm. Yeah, exactly. And then it's like, yes, I mean, like when you play in Wii Bowl, like Wii or Switch bowling is like, yeah, you don't really need to kind of care about depth perception and things. It's like, I forgot that now I have to aim. I have to, my depth perception is really bad. So it's like, so how, where should I target? Where should I throw this ball? And it's like,
I
it's not
hate
throwing the ball,
online.
right?
Yeah. I hate online sports because
Mhm.
like it's just really pointless in some sense. Less
Yeah, it's just
like
button mashing.
yeah,
It's just run smashing.
it's not even sporting. It's literally just like bowling, for example. Like
Mm-mm.
you can't even as you say, you can't even use the perception to
Mm-mm.
play it right. You just like it's almost just like by chance. Like oh, you swing it at the right angle, then you get a sword, and then you get a strike. And then, like if you just swing like 5 degrees to the left, and then just boom down to the lane you go.
Yeah, I think it's mathematical. So if you can use the same formula every time, you will get a strike every time. Theoretically.
Yeah, exactly,
Theoretically.
yeah, exactly. So I don't like those games at all.
Mm-mm. Once you try Ring Fit.
No, I did play it before. Okay,
Mm-mm.
and to be fair, if you think about it, like
Mm-mm.
bowling, for example, I don't think it's really that expensive.
Mm-mm.
So, like, you might as well pay to play actual bowling or like any kind of sports than like paying God knows how many money you need for like a video game, which basically does the same thing but even worse.
Yeah, I mean, it's a safe way to play bowling when you're drunk, right? Like imagine you play bowling when you are drunk and then you accidentally pick the 10 ball and then you drop it on your friend's knees and then they don't have insurance. So it's like, damn.
Bruh.
But that's sick though. His bonus taking out, but that's sick though. Oh
That
my
sounds
goodness.
painful.
Yeah, I guess it's Indian. I mean, like the value for us is just something funny to have when you're drunk.
True.
Then is there any like the sports that you are not particularly good at, but you wish you can have more chance to be better at? Like for me, it's archery.
Archery. Oh,
Yes.
I actually never tried archery before. I missed my
Mm.
chance. I was too lazy.
Ah.
I would like to be fair.
Mm-mm.
Sports.
Exactly.
I
Man, like,
wonder if shooting counts, like
oh yeah.
with rifle.
Mm-mm.
And then yeah, because I've done that once. Like you know how they like shoot out a disc and then you try to shoot that out.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. I did that once. It was fun.
Mm.
Like I suppose I just want to learn how to hold a gun in general. I suppose I should just go to the US for that, but
I mean, you can get a Nerf gun. I like the Nerf gun. They say
yeah, but
it's really strong. So
but they're not actual guns, are they?
yeah, they're not.
Yeah, because like that time I was holding an actual rifle.
Mm-mm.
So yeah.
Oh no, I was going to go trigger happy, but I guess yeah. I mean, like if you
Just
wanted to go
just,
through the
just gonna
procedures.
just gonna do some cash school skills. I'm not gonna say that.
No. You are going to go to the school kids and teach them English. That's what you are going to do. Yeah. Basically, if you don't understand sarcasm, he's not going to bring the guns to the school
don't
now.
say it. Don't
Yeah.
say it. The other one, dodgeball. I actually want to play dodgeball.
Yeah.
But like it was like it was during high school, and then they were like they had like the kind of not inter school in something like interclass dodgeball
Mm-mm.
kind of stuff, and then for some reason I wasn't notified at all. and then I just watched my other friends forming a team, like with me completely forgotten, and then
No.
yes, that's actually what happened. Oh god,
Oh, feels bad, man.
it feels bad, man. So I actually rarely ever had dodgeball, and like that would have been my most recent chance, but I didn't. I didn't play it basically.
Painful, man. But yeah, I guess I have a similar experience because I think I got pretty much how to say influenced by comic books as usual. And I was really interested in baseball, right? And then also because it did not consist of constantly having to run and then having to be aware of your surroundings and not and making sure you don't crash into other people like you have to do in football and basketball basically. So yeah,
Okay.
I really wanted to play more baseball. Since our fields are not that big, so mostly we played softball. And then one day we got a field trip to an actual softball field, and then they like give us a chance to kind of play in the field. But I got too late because I just finished buying my snacks, and then I didn't sit next to someone who I can entrust my snacks to, and then I was like, "There's a snack that I bought with my whole day of allowance money. I can't let this go to waste." And then I got too late, and then yeah, I did not get the chance to play softball in the actual field, and then yeah, I forgot like what I ended up not joining like the softball club, although I kind of wanted to. I ended
Doesn't it?
up yeah, I ended up just joining the journalism club, which is why I'm here today. And then yeah, just to be clear, I'm a magazine journalist. That's why all my videos are sensational, sensational stuff. I just want you guys to
Sensation.
click. It's something empty. Ha ha ha. No. I mean, like yeah, we are trying to make it as substantial as possible, but yeah, sometimes I just want to joke around and yeah, be a YouTuber for once.
Mm.
Yeah. And then yeah, archery, it's basically also like yeah, thankfully it's a company event as well. So basically, it's kind of mandatory. I can't escape. Like even if I don't want to go, it's like kind of mandatory. It's just I go to the office and then my everybody is just not working, and then uh there are two cars ready outside, and then my boss just called me, okay, get into the car now.
It reminds me of that GIF. Like there's just like a lorry sitting in the police car, just patting the seat.
Oh my goodness. You better go now. It's going to be your house anyhow anyway soon. Oh my goodness.
Reminds me of how bad someone's life can be. That like they would actually rather be in jail.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, like especially if you know like some small European country, I think like Norway and Switzerland, like they have really nice prison, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you show that to someone from the third world country, it's like, damn.
Yeah,
I
right.
can't.
I'm gonna steal a pound now. Put me in
Yeah,
jail.
yeah. It's like if I can go to that country, I will try to just like I will try to find some sort of crime that will not get me deported, but it will get me detained. It's like I think it will be much nicer than any hotel that I can kind of pay with what I have anyway, since I already blew all my savings to go there for the plane ticket. So it's like, damn, I just commit something petty that will get me locked up for 2 weeks.
Bruh.
Yeah, I mean, like you still have like all the facilities inside, right? Because they kind of wanted you to feel normal. You kind of like, okay, so you did bad things in the past, but okay, so you have to take up your responsibility, and then you have to eventually return to the society. I
Yeah.
think that's the idea, right? So But yeah, I think, yeah, it's kind of like it's not for someone to actually be locked up and feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I heard there was news before. I can't remember from which country, but basically there was this old man who just like stole like $1, and then just like, reported himself, and then he asked the police to put him in jail because he couldn't stand his wife.
Understandable.
Oh, poor people.
Yeah. Yeah, that reminds me like those there you do you know a channel called Only in Japan?
Yes.
Yeah. Where back then when it is still ran by the original owner and it's still good. So basically he
They changed people.
yeah, so basically he was working with this Japanese company and then they got into a fight and basically the company has control over his main channel, so he has to leave. Either he has to leave or he chose to leave. So basically they have creative differences and then they chose to part ways, and then now the channel is run by the company and he kind of still makes stuff for his second channel but not on the main channel anymore.
Okay.
But back
Interesting.
yeah back then like he kind of talks about the capsule hotels, right? Yeah, capsule hotels, I think. Like basically
The
he
what?
talks the capsule hotels.
The capsule hot dogs.
Yeah, capsule hotels. So basically he talked about that this capsule hotels are mostly
Capsule hotels.
capsule.
I was
Capsule
like,
hotels.
what capsule hot dogs?
Oh
That doesn't sound very.
no. All hot dog shapes like capsules. Yeah. Maybe I need to talk a little bit closer. Like
No. It's your accent.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so these capsule hotels are traditionally mostly like they are limited only to males, and he said it's like this the people's like the how to say like the salaryman sanctuary. Like if they got into a fight with their wives, it's like you come here, there's no girls, it's like all boys. This is your sanctuary. You can feel safe here.
Yeah. I think it's more likely because usually for capsule hotels it's more like renting for businessmen who like only stay around the city for like 1 or 2 days. And I suppose in Japan most businessmen are guys. I mean, in another sense, like I don't think a girl would feel safe enough to sleep in a public hotel kind of thing anyway. So
Yeah, I think the more likely factors that he tell in the video is actually more into like because the public aspect as well, right? So there's public bath and everything, and then because of this, all public bath is originally like you said, like originally like most of this salarymen are male, and then these facilities are all basically made for male, so they only have like the male bath and everything. They don't have the female bath, right? So that's why they kind of limited it as well. Okay, so sorry, we don't accept female customers here because we cannot accommodate you. Because you know the Japanese, they need to go 0 or 100, right? So it's like we cannot accommodate you to 100, so we will not serve you at all.
Oof.
Yeah. I think like the one where they actually accommodate females, they also kind of separated the floors. I think probably for the same reason.
Yeah,
Hopefully
that makes sense. Yeah.
Hopefully not because of segregation, but it's more like okay, so maybe you will feel more comfortable if you're using a public. Wait. Okay. Let's not get to that too deep. So yeah. But anyway, what other sports? I think shooting guns with rifles. Airsoft gun feels kind of interesting, but it's kind of 50-50, right? You hear people like, ooh, the adrenaline is really nice, but then 1 minute later someone else got shot in the throat or basically their unprotected area, and then they like, fuck, this hurts so much. Just like, oh. Like imagine if you forgot to pat if you forget to pat somewhere and then it's like got shot and it's like fuck.
Oh yeah, airsoft gun can be really painful. I haven't got airsoft before, but I play paintball.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, so paintball warfare kind of stuff.
Mm-mm.
And then I mean, if you only get like 1 or 2 shots, it actually doesn't hurt that much, even without the armor. But like well, like I got this other classmate, like, cause like we went there like a whole class, and then like he got like, cause like the policy is like if you get shot once, then you're out, and like the others shouldn't be shooting you anymore. But I, sometimes like kids get too excited and everything. So like this one guy just like got shot once, and then he just lay down there and he got shot like a few more times and he cried.
Yeah, I heard like the airsoft hurts less than a paintball, but still, like I think
airsoft definitely hurt less than a paintball because airsoft is more like what is shooting out is just like a little
pebbles.
A little pebble. It's like even smaller than a pebble. It's like the size of our course. Yeah, but like paintball, like the bullet, like the paintball is like obviously it's round and it's plastic, but it's like the size of a marble.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like significantly bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. And then because it also physically physics, since the paintball broke, so it's basically there's this war surface area that shoots at you at high velocity instead of like the
not really. It only breaks when it touches you. Like it's like balloon, like you hit on impact, like you explode on impact, but like it's still bigger than like an airsoft gun. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess I mean, like after it breaks, it's kind of like there's still pressure inside, right? So it's like much more of the paintball hits you compared to
and also considering the fact they want the paint to stick on you as well. So and talking about getting shot, I just wanna. Oh my god! I just want to talk about how like everything at my workplace is just like wrecked. Like they really shouldn't be cutting the fee and everything because like yesterday I was like, like the bottles for hand sanitizer. Jesus Christ! Have you ever thought that a hand sanitizer could be shooting upwards? It shot right into my eye, freaking out.
Yeah, my most recent experience with that is mostly oil. That's like I tried to fry, like one of the like not exactly Indonesians, probably just Japanese thing. It's basically we fry our beef. Yeah, we ate the like past congratulations. It's just an edible. It's like a soft beef jerky at that point. But yeah, it's really good. But yeah, anyway. So basically, how you do this is basically you hot marinate it, so you boil it for a long time in the water and the spices, and then you fry the beef that has lost all its nutritional contents. And then, basically hit it really hard until it kind of breaks, and then you fry them. So now they have more surface area to crisp up from. Yeah. And then I forgot that oil plus water equals explosion. So yeah, it kind of exploded really badly, and then I learned eventually to just so I need to kind of lower the temperature, but then like slowly make it higher, and then after it crisps up, I just take it out, then it will not explode. But if I just put it into hot oil, and of course it won't explode anywhere. It almost hit my eye. Well, that was really scary. I tried this for years, and then I still messed it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. Frying is really scary. You have fire, you have oil. They two things that should not have touched each other.
Oh god. Yeah. Man, like working at a restaurant just makes you realize how many people actually had never cooked before.
Yeah.
Because like we have a dish which is basically food on iron plate, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The hot
And
plates.
and how it works is that it comes up to the counter without the food in the iron plate first, because like you're supposed to put it in when it comes up.
Yeah.
So like, cause since I'm the one standing at the counter, I am always the one who's doing this job. And then every time I try to pour the food onto it, obviously you got all the sauce that's like splattering out.
Ooh.
And then like the other waiters just like stand like miles away from me, and I was like, "Have you ever cooked before? This is normal. It doesn't even hurt, okay?" Like, okay, it does hurt a little bit, but like if you've been cooking, then it's nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising how much pain we can ignore once we got used to something. Like sometimes I cut my nails a little bit too deep, and then typing actually hurts. But it's like, yeah, it's just typing, right? It's just typing in it.
It's just because a lot of times like the pain is like isn't worth the hassle to be. Oh my god, it hurts! Oh. So like you just like you either annoy or you silently suffer.
Yeah. Now, yeah, now that you mention it, yeah. So basically, yeah, once we got used to it, it's like now we know. Okay, so this pain is only going to last for 1 second, and I'm going to eat something delicious after this. So yeah, why not? It's like it's more like compare that to basically like taking out your teeth. It's like teeth. Fuck. Tooth, I mean like tooth, right? You will know. I mean like what are the chances you need to two teeth taken out together anyway? So basically, if you took out your tooth, it's basically going to hurt really much, right? And then it's like, yeah, all that I know is after this, my tooth will be gone, but I have to do it anyway. Yeah, I guess that's still worth it in the end. So it's like, it's just I don't want to get used to it. Although like the last time my dentist took out my tooth, it's like I didn't even realize, like he said it's just going to be a normal control session, and then he just suddenly he dragged my gum. He just took out a really big syringe, and then he shot it at my gum, and then suddenly I felt a little bit of pain, and then suddenly he just showed it me on the table like, so yeah, we took that out. No, you said you wouldn't do this. You betrayed me, doctor. Why? Even funnier because my German was way worse that time. It's just like yeah, here. So especially just saying it in the most rudimentary German he got is like, yeah, here is your teeth basically. Here is your tooth. Here's your tooth. No. But it's like my back most tooth anyway, so it's just it didn't really affect anything. It's just I just need some time to kind of get used to the idea that back there's nothing.
So what is nothing?
Back there so basically it's like the dead from the end, but my wisdom tooth is not out yet, so it's like now there's an empty space between like my last tooth before the wisdom tooth and my gum that holds my wisdom tooth. Oh yeah, it needs some adjustments, but yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah, I still need to find some time to start wearing braces. I just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Well, I should, just to make myself look a little bit better.
Well, I guess my teeth is already way too fucked up. Like if we meet in real life, you will be able to tell. It's like, yeah, I think it's a little bit too late to wear braces now. I guess my dentist kind of gave me like this silicone braces. So it's like, whenever I wore it, it's like, because you are supposed to wear it before you go to sleep, and then you are supposed to have that all night. Then it feels like, yeah, there's something invasive inside my mouth, so my tongue is just trying to get that away from my mouth. So it's like, yeah. And then, yeah, when you kind of have your tongue touch the because it's silicone, right? So there's this silicone aftertaste as well. So it's like, ugh.
Yeah, actually, my teeth are so bad that like if I have to wear braces, it has to be the metal ones. It can't be the silicone one. Yeah, and then and then like I also have to like take out like at least 1 or 2 teeth before I can wear braces. Yeah.
I see. But then the worst part about the silicone braces is making it. It's like wearing it is a little bit annoying at first, but if I did not forget to put it every day, it's kind of like, yeah, I got used to it. But yeah, the making part is really, really, really painful because you kind of have to. So in order to make like the mold,
they had to measure your like I got that before because we had you know what's gum shield? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think it's the gum shield.
Yeah.
It probably is not the silicone brace, it's the gum shield. So
no, not really. Gum shield has a different purpose. Yeah, because like I mean, you're wearing braces to like make your teeth look better. Gum shield is when you wear while you're playing rugby. Yeah, it's basically to prevent your teeth from falling off when you get knocked out.
Yeah. Exactly. So so the bad part is basically they are making the mold of like this like I don't know what it's a putty, right? I don't know what's the inside the putty, but it's like they put like a lot of this putty and then they kind of push it into your tooth for like for your teeth for like a few minutes and then it will be done, right? I think some of the putty got trapped in my tongue, so it's like for the rest of the day it's like I need to get this out, but nothing is coming out. And then the taste is not leaving my mouth. It's like constantly having rubber inside my mouth for one whole day. It's like, thank goodness I don't have to go through that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably just something similar to chewing gum anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. But the only problem is also I can never tell what my dentist is trying to make me do. It's like they always give me like this appointments, but it's like they never really specify what's going to happen in the appointments. And then okay, so I'll come every 6 months, and then sometimes they will just check my teeth and then clean it probably, like do like the most basic cleaning, like basically because their business model is to charge my insurance as much as they can. So basically every service that they can give me for free, they will give me for free. So yeah, so sometimes I mean like the braces thing, it just came as a surprise. It's like suddenly they want me to sit down, and then the nurse just took out the mold the mold holder, and then she just put lots of putty inside, and then she just push it, and then I have to keep my mouth open, and then I forgot which season it is, but it's kind of dry, so it's like having my mouth open for that long, it feels really horrible. And then you know the worst part?
What?
The first mold the first mold creation was not successful, so she has to do it another time. So it's like no. No. Don't want to go through this anymore. You know, once is enough.
That's a low.
Yeah. And then do you see like competitive eating as a sport? Competitive eating.
No. I don't even know why it exists. Like, I don't think it's meaningful in any kinds of ways. Like for like all the other sports, like you at least have the reason that like, oh, it's like I'm moving around now, like I'm actually, working out, making myself healthier. But like competitive eating, you're literally just making your stomach worse. Or like even your body, because like you're just absorbing a lot of stuff for no reasons, and then you're just gonna be big from eating all the stuff.
Yay.
You might even choke yourself to death as well. So like bruh, why is this even a thing? You're always saying that like not everyone has enough food, and then you're still doing this.
Yeah, exactly. American American culture.
Oh no, yeah, no, I hate that.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, because yeah, I think we don't have too much alcohol in Indonesia, so I think we need to do other dumb stuff to numb ourselves. So for me, it's not like the competitive thing. It's not the speed type. It's more like the number type, right? So like especially since those all you can eat either shabu shabu or the yakiniku place. They kind of whenever you order something, you kind of order in the number of plates, so you can kind of keep count on how much you have ordered. So it's like, okay, so it's more like a personal record thing. So I never really competed with my friends, but it's more like, okay, so last time I come here, I ate 10 plates. So today I have to at least eat 10 plates to reach my normal record, or I try to go at least 11. Yeah, those kind of things. That was the dark old days of me trying to outdo myself in eating. But yeah, it's like, and then I tried to because I open scholar.google.com a lot, right? And then it's like, is there any people who did studies on competitive eating? It turns out there are people who actually did that. So yeah.
Who actually what?
Did studies on competitive eating.
Obviously, like it has so many problems.
Mm-mm.
People are just gonna continue study on it and just like criticize it and everything like that.
Yeah, I guess. And like I cannot find it, but I think I once found a paper that actually kind of just neutrally like describe why competitive eating is can be considered a sport. But basically it's just the aspect of pushing yourself beyond your limit kind of thing. But yeah, it's arguable. It's arguable.
It's very arguable, especially since like the term for sports has been changing over the years, especially with the introduction of video games and everything like that.
Yeah, esports.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, but like I suppose at the very least, if it involves you doing something and is competitive, then it is a sport. So yeah, right now, basically everything can be sports. But I suppose like I would prefer to refer it as sports only if it is actually like beneficial to yourself as like physically. So I don't know. So it's really hard to say. Like a lot of the terms are still very vague in nowadays. Actually, that reminds me of one very funny case. Pizza, hot dog, sandwich. What are the differences?
Let's not dive into the philosophical thing, shall we? It's like pizza is just an open faced hot dog, isn't it? And then hot dog is just a sandwich with sausage inside. And no. It's not sausage. I'm in Germany. I can people will cancel me if I say that hot dog is sausage. I'm sorry. I'm an Indonesian. In Indonesia, we call all of them by sausage. I don't even know that hot dogs are called hot dogs. I mean, like the actual like the meat part is called hot dogs until I moved to Germany. It's like in I think in Indonesia and even in Singapore and Malaysia, I am bringing you guys down with me. We just call everything that is cylindrical, like the processed meat that is in cylindrical tube, sausage.
But that was the argument for a court case in the US because like I can't remember much, but I watched it from Food Theory. But basically, like I think in America, according to law, sandwich and hot dogs are basically the same thing, and pizza as well, I believe. So so there was this case where like there were like two restaurants in a shopping mall. It's just like there's like a bakery, and then like the other one is like a pizza shop or something like that, or a sandwich shop, a sandwich shop actually. So I imagine like one is a bakery and then one is just like a Subway, and then I think the bakery was suing Subway, like for like selling the same stuff, because like actually in a shopping you can't have two or more shops that sell the same thing, because like it would create a competition, and like it's not good for the shopping mall itself as well. So so like in a lot of places like shopping malls, they have a policy that like they can't be having the same thing. But yeah, that was the case, and then like I think at the end the bakery has won, because like they won over the argument that like sandwiches are like are the same thing or something like that. So yeah, it's just like just some weird stuff, weird terminology that can only be seen in laws and stuff like that.
Yeah, which reminds me also, like I think Germany has like a definition for bread.
Yeah.
Like that's also why like the German, like not the German, like the American white bread here is just called toast. It's not called bread.
Okay.
And the small, like this, even like although it's also made with sourdough, like the smaller bread, they are called Brötchen, not Brot. Because apparently like one of the legal requirements to be a Brot is the weight. So technically like the small bread cannot be Brot unless they are cut from a bigger bread. But like if they are baked, when they are freshly baked, if they are too light, then they cannot be called Brot.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Which calls for the argument. Nah. Why would I start something that is not important? But German bread. I will probably, when I go back to Indonesia, I will probably finally learn why German bread is so good. It's like all this time I've been living by myself. I've been eating like the supermarket stuff, right? Like basically the breads that are sold by the supermarket, which is already good enough, but usually they are really hard. And then last Sunday, I went to my sister's place, and then they bought the breads for like the Brötchen, so the bread rolls for breakfast. And it looks like the hard breads that I usually bought from the supermarkets, right? And I bit into it, and it's like, damn, it's like just the right amount of chewy. It's like not too soft. It's not too hard, but it's like, damn, it's just like this is this bread. So this is how bread should taste like. It feels like I've taken the first bite of an apple ever.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I already have any bread just because it's not worth to spend that much money to fill up my tummy, basically. Because I don't earn much, so and I spend money on cardboard. Which I should go to a therapist for this, but
yeah, fair enough. I mean, like I'm in Germany, right? So it's their kind of their main carbohydrate stuff. So it's like technically it's still cheap. I mean, like if I got like the cheap stuff, it's still cheaper than the rice or noodles or anything or pasta that I can buy. But still, I want to eat rice more, so I shelled the extra money to buy rice instead of bread. But
yeah. Well, I mean, I buy rice as well, because like I don't eat a lot, so like for a loaf of bread, I can literally like keep it for like days, and by that time it will like become moldy. So I can't have bread. Like I can only have rice. I just choose rice because you can just dump it in the cooker and like half an hour done.
Yeah.
And like if I'm too lazy, I don't even make any what's the word? Any side dish. Like I can just open a can of fish and then, like buy some coleslaw. That's a meal.
Yeah, exactly. The quintessential Asian house dish. Like people were like European people when they thought of Asian food, it's always going to be like this, oh, amazing, like full of flavors, like, and then they go to our house and then this is just basically rice with shredded not even jerky. It's like we have this things called it's the beef floss. So basically just the beef was dried beyond way beyond congratulations, and then it turns into like this cottony kind of thing, and then they put lots of sugar in it, so you got numb to the feeling that you are eating a really dry beef, and then you are just eating something that is sweet and really nice, but it's also savory. And then we put the sweet soy sauce on top of it, and then we call it a meal. Bonus if you have like the Indonesian crackers, like the Indonesian white crackers. That okay, I only Ayumu can say this, but basically it's the shit. It's like the cheapest crackers that you can get as well. Basically, in Indonesia, it's the worst thing that you can put inside your body, but it's like, damn, for something that is really bad for my body, it's worth every bite. And then
interesting.
Like this thing, if you put it inside the soup, it will quickly melt. But it's like, damn, this softness is something that you can get like from it's all. I mean, like as someone who are new to bread, it's like it gives me the similar feeling of discovering German bread for the first time. But it's like something that can, every time I put this into a really good Indonesian soup, it's like, damn, this softness is something that I will pay in it. Like because usually like Indonesia, like if you buy it from like a store in like the small store in Jakarta, the soup will probably be 10K or something, and then this crackers will one dish will cost like 2,000. So it's like a fifth of your dish, and then when you are broke, it feels like really big investment to make, right? But it's like, no, yeah. After the first bite, I'm getting two. It's going to cost almost half of my bill, but yeah, for just air. But I will pay the extra 50% for this air, this really delicious air.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, while we are still feeling nice, thank you everyone for listening today. If you would like to support us, if you want to ask us anything, just send your feelings, your anger, if we actually make you angry with our with us actually saying that bread is the same with Indonesian crackers, or anything, or you want to ask about TCG, like what we are supposed to do, you can send everything to our email at therefreshstep not at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, I think that's been everything from us for today. We hope that you guys had a nice week going forward, and we'll see you guys again in the next turn. Bye bye.
Bye bye.